Hi, welcome to another hike with Richard and Lorraine. This is the Mescal Loop. We've been on part of this before, but we decided to, connect with a couple of other trails and make it into a relatively easy hike. I mean, we came to the trailhead here, which if you come to the Mescal trailhead, generally there's good parking. I'm not sure why. There'll be areas of West Sedona where people go out hiking where it's just it really is a circus. I mean, there's all sorts of people that surround the Devil's Bridge areas and Boynton Canyon, but I'm not sure for whatever reason this one seems to be, I don't know, easy to find a spot. So we drove here, parked, and did the loop this way. So we followed Mescal all around here, and then we followed Dead Man's Pass along here, and then came down Long Canyon, and that was our loop. Show you a few areas of interest here. Just bring up the topographic map a little bit. So we love this part right here. This is a very impressive area if you're ever hiking in Sedona. I don't know. There's something about that I quite enjoy. Now, I'm not sure whether it has something to do with the proximity to the Boynton Canyon vortex, which is kind of over here. But we had a few things of interest. I'll just highlight the basics of the hike itself so they have it, and then I'll just mention a few things that we encountered as we did the hike. So this loop is just under 5 miles, and it's a very gentle ascent. There's not a lot of difficulty with the hike. So, there's some areas which are kind of, as most of these hikes have, where the trails might be a little narrow and the footing might be a little rough, but generally speaking, a pretty easy hike. We spent 3 hours. Now, part of that, we went late in the day, 3 o'clock. I have some good days. I have some bad days. So, that's, I guess that's kind of a byproduct of when you get a bit older. Sometimes you're not feeling as good as you'd like. And this was certainly one of those days. So I knew that the hike would be a bit shorter and deliberately a bit easier. But as we sort of started from the trailhead, there were a few slow-moving groups that we outpaced around here. And as we entered the Mescal Mountain area proper, I had a couple that came at me. Now you have to picture the scene, right? I mean, we're in the like we're in the wilderness. There's really nothing around us, it's So you see two people come along, and what do you expect those two people to do? Well, they looked at me as I was coming, and they just grabbed masks and and put masks on. I'm there thinking, okay, maybe COVID is still a dramatic pandemic, but I think at this point, when you're outside hiking and there's really nobody around you, even if you see a couple coming at you, it just, I don't know, it just seemed a little odd. I did comment as I walked by them that I understood that COVID could be everywhere. And I just, kept going. I'm not sure how they would have reacted to that, but clearly, the outdoors, especially with those kind of cheek masks, I'm not sure how necessary they are at this point, but they obviously felt that it was. So that's fine. It was just kind of interesting. I didn't expect it. When you're hiking, you kind of don't expect that when it's not a highly populated area with a lot of density, right, where everybody's packed in together. We were quite out in the open. The other thing that was interesting on this hike as we came around is the vortex is over here. So as we came and made this loop back onto Dead Man's Pass, there were probably, I don't know, 50, 60, I'm assuming they were kids because they were screaming and hollering, and maybe that's what you do on a Friday night when you get to a vortex. But that's what they were doing. So it was a very interesting contrast, going through here with just really Lorraine and myself and the two folks with their masks who went the opposite direction. It was just the two of us, really, and then you come across and you hear the scream, and of course it's in canyons, right? So the sound is really amplified quite a bit. I hope they were okay. I don't know what a vortex does, but I hope they were okay. But otherwise, the hike was pleasant. It was a nice evening, and it was great to be out and to enjoy the walk. So that was our Mescal Loop. Cheers.